So last year I was at a market, and it was a local market where I was selling products, so selling your wellness sanctuary products. And on one of my signs, I have basically everything that my business does. So coaching and energy and sound healing and products and books and everything. So this is listed fairly largely on a sign. It's a large sign. And at this one particular event, someone walked by. It was a male who was walking with a friend, and they walked kind of across the tent to another direction. But they were passing the tent, walking through the aisle, and I heard his comment. The comment was, "Oh, coaching. I don't need anybody to tell me how to live my life." And then he walked away with his friend. And I thought, what an interesting comment, because that isn't coaching at all. Actually, one of the main tenets and principles of coaching is your coach does not tell you what to do. It is a co-creative experience. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about what coaching is and is not, because this man's comment really made me think about the misconceptions that people may have around coaching. So coaching is not a coach telling you what to do, like I said. It's a coach getting to know you, getting to know your goals, understanding your goals, your desires, and it's them co-creating a plan with you to help you achieve those goals. It is a person who's using their experience, their training, any tools, techniques that they have, and saying, in my experience, or according to best practice, this is what happens. According to best practice, in my experience, these are things that typically work. Maybe you could try some of them. It isn't, these are the 10 things you absolutely must do in order to be successful, because everyone is not the same. One size does not fit all. And just because something worked for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. But as a coach, it is my job to share that, because it will help provide perspective into potentially your situation, or at least get you to think about what you could do that we could tailor to your own needs, to your own situation. So the idea that working with a coach is the coach dictating to you or telling you what to do in a, thou shalt do type of manner is very far from the truth. It could not be farther from the truth. When you are working with a kind of coach, a textbook coach who is invested in your growth, your health, your well-being, your achieving of the goals that you communicate to the coach. The coach is your cheerleader. The coach is someone who cheers you on. The coach reminds you of who you are. They allow you to have the good days and the bad days, but they do not allow you to dwell on the bad days. They hold a perspective. They hold a energy stream, if you will. They hold a light, a beacon, if you will, that serves as your North Star, because that's what you communicated as the client. And they hold that for you as the constant reminder that, hey, this is what you said you wanted. Is this still valid? Or are we maybe thinking about doing something different? Or does this no longer feel good? Or, do we need to change something? And by we, I mean having a conversation between coach and client to co-create a modification to your plan, to co-create a new plan. But it takes open conversation about what is important to you, why it's important to you, what is working in the plan, what is not working, and why. It takes communication within yourself to be honest with yourself about what you want, why you want it, what's working, what you're willing to do to make it happen, why you're in need of assistance from a coach. All of these things are necessary to be able to have an effective relationship with your coach. And if your coach is trying to dictate, this is the only way to make it happen, this is the only thing that works, then maybe you want to rethink that relationship, because true coaching is not dictating. True coaching is standing by someone's side, holding that goal and saying, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to walk beside you in this process. Here's what you do. Here's what I do. I will walk beside you. I will hold this vision for you. I will, when you're feeling tired or down or confused or sad, be the reminder of what you said you wanted to do. And we can talk through the barriers. We can talk through the challenges and learn tools and techniques that help get over the barriers, get through the challenges, so you can become stronger and more confident and more resilient. But it isn't the coach telling you, do this or else. So the comment from this guy saying, oh, great, someone to tell me how to live my life, I thought it was interesting. It rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, but it also really got me to think about what coaching really is and how I work with people. I share my life experience. I share what's worked. I share what hasn't worked. And I offer suggestions. I offer exercises for people to do their own self-discovery. I have clients tell me their goals, their desires, what's working, what's not working. And then through conversation, we discover what the next steps are. So it is not a dictatorial relationship at all. At the end of the day, it is the client who has to experience the change. There is change and growth for the client and the coach in any relationship, but it is the client who is seeking assistance. It is the client who says, I need help doing this. I can't do this by myself. I know where I want to go, where I think I know how I want this to look. I just need some help getting there. And that's what the coach does, helps the client get there, or as far as the relationship needs to go. So if you're looking for a coach, it is very, very important to know that as the client, you get to say, this is my goal. You get to say, these are my boundaries. The coach might challenge those and say, okay, are those healthy boundaries? But as the client, you do not have the coach dictate what you do and do not do. It is a co-creative, two-way conversation type of relationship. So if you've ever had a coach that does not operate like that, I'd be curious to see how the relationship worked and how your results were. If you have had a coach who is open and supports you and does the co-creative processes with you. I would love to hear how those results are, because that is an open, flowing relationship that fosters creativity and innovation and change, safety even, which is really important when you're making change and starting something new. If you're looking for a coach, these are the things that I would recommend looking for: the qualities, the characteristics in your coach. Someone who's open, someone knows how to walk beside you, someone who has experience, that is willing to share all the experiences, who has the tools and the training to couple with that life experience, and who is open to hearing your perspective, because at the end of the day, it's your journey. And if someone's trying to shove a method or an approach down your throat, that might not work. So it is your job as a client to be okay saying, this doesn't feel good, I don't think this works. Not to be closed-minded about trying things, but if it doesn't feel like your voice is being heard or your feelings are being respected, then that's another story. So there are other things to consider in a coach-client relationship, but these are just some of the things that I was thinking about as I was reflecting on this man walking by my booth last year, and how coaching can really be misunderstood. But it doesn't need to be. There don't need to be any myths. There don't need to be any misconceptions. This is something that is so helpful. And I know coaches that I've had in the past, these are all the things that I have loved about my coaches: the open, honest connection, the communication, the letting me say yes or no to certain things, letting me have input into the plan, letting me be myself so I can feel safe and comfortable to have the open, the vulnerable conversations that are necessary in a coach-client relationship. And it's effective. So again, if you're looking for your coach, that is something I recommend. Coaching is an amazing tool. And when you find the right coach, it can be absolutely life-changing, because it is a co-creative experience where you end up feeling more empowered, where you end up feeling more confident and calm, but yet clear and driven and capable of doing all the things that you want to do for your life. So that's my take on coaching. If you are looking for a coach, I'd love to talk to you. Please feel free to contact me, email, send a message. I'm available to walk beside you on your journey and make whatever changes that you are desiring to make.